I want to talk to you a little bit about the cheese is anytime food chapter or essay. And of course, I think it's the best snack on the planet.
I totally agree. I mean, obviously my opinion's biased and I'm really spoiled because I'm surrounded by good cheese like every day at work.
Right.
But I really wanted to write that just because I feel like a lot of people think about cheese as either a really special occasion type of food, or you're only going to do it as like a cheese board if you're going to do a party, or a cheese course at a restaurant after dinner. But cheese is really an anytime, every time food, and having a little bit of cheese as a snack or as like a part of your meal, whether it's, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, is a really just great way to enjoy something that's, healthy and delicious. And then also, be satisfied. Like we were saying, it's such a satiating food. So I'm trying to get people to, say, hey, in the afternoon, yeah, if you're feeling hungry, like have a slice of cheese and an apple, or a slice of cheese and a few crackers, or
You're singing to the choir, my friend.
Uh-huh.
If I'm hungry, I'll just have 1 or 2 ounces of cheese and just a few nuts, and off I go. And it's just been the best thing for me, because I used to be one of these people that ate 6 times a day, thinking that would help regulate my blood glucose. Well, that really wasn't true, but I know when I'm having a full fat cheese that has no sugar, there's no response with my glucose. So that really makes me happy. Plus I'm full, which is awesome.
Exactly. Yep. Nuts too. I'm like you. I'm like a part squirrel. Cheese and nuts. It's like the best. The best snack.
I love that, part squirrel. Okay, so this brings us to stories to tell about animals, cheesemakers, the businesses, anything about the making of cheese. So that really attracted me, because I did this Texas cheese tour back in 2013. Went all over the great state of Texas, talking and getting to know the cheesemakers, the retailers. Interviewed a few goats, and that was fun. And I just loved the stories. That was really important to me, and I just loved it. So tell me what you think about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely like a huge part of the reason that I got into this business to start with. I actually came to selling cheese not from a cheese background. I was an art student, and being an art student, when you graduate from art school, as an undergraduate, no one's exactly banging down your door to give you a job. So I was curious about cheese, and I wound up getting a job at Murray's Cheese Shop, which is a famous shop in Greenwich Village. And while I was there, I met actually Mateo and Andy Keeler. They came into Murray's with their very first batches of cheese that they wanted to sell in New York and wholesale.
Deal. But you didn't know it then, because you didn't know them, right?
Exactly. No. I mean, but
the guys that show up and give the cheese, want to sell cheese.
Yeah, we're like, who are these guys? This stuff is really good. So basically I had the opportunity to start meeting some folks like that. And I was just as fascinated as you are by their stories. How did they decide to make cheese? Why did they decide to make cheese? What had they done before? How did they learn their craft? And so really, and I much more so kind of in the early days of the business, but still as much as I can to get out there and visit the farms. I really went around to visit all these folks, and basically just would like work for free for a day or two, of like, cleaning the vat after cheese making and helping out, in the barn if they needed help there.
Right. That's 90% of the process.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And just talking to them and learning from them. So I feel like, when you've had the experience like you have to travel and kind of meet some of these folks and taste their cheeses, it just really deepens the whole appreciation and experience of it. So when I opened my shop, I decided to focus only on American cheese and only on local farms. So there are about 50 small producers that are mostly right here in the Northeast. There's a little cluster in Wisconsin too.
50 cheeses from 50 farms in your local area?
Well, there's 50 producers, and there's probably like 300 cheeses.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, in Vermont alone, I think they have the most artisan cheesemakers per capita, in the United States. There's like 60, so artisan cheese companies just in the state of Vermont now.
Wow, that's impressive. I need to go do the Vermont cheese tour.
The Vermont Cheese Tour or the Vermont Cheesemakers Festival, when that gets started again, typically that happens in the summertime at Shelburne Farms.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I felt like, that merited being called out because, as you probably know, it's like none of us come into it as experts, and having people who are willing to talk with you and educate you and tell you what they know and give you a little glimpse into the inside of how the whole process works. It's pretty amazing, and it's also pretty unusual. Hearing about some other industries, it's not always the case that people are so open and willing to share.